All right, let's just jump right in. So you've spent hours, maybe even a few days, getting your resume just right. You polish it, you perfect it, you hit that submit button, and then what? Well, the reality is, your resume has just entered this super high stakes, incredibly fast paced world where, honestly, first impressions are pretty much the only impression. And when I say fast paced, I am not kidding. We're talking less than 10 seconds. That's the average time a recruiter is going to look at your resume before they make a call, yes or no. It's not 10 minutes. It's not even a full 10 Mississippis. It's a snap judgment that decides whether you're in the running or in the recycling bin. So here's the absolute most important thing to get your head around. Recruiters do not read your resume. They just don't have the time. They scan it. And that right there is a game-changing difference. See, if you write your resume expecting it to be read word for word, you're setting yourself up to fail. You have to design it to be scanned. And guess what? That scam isn't just random. Nope. It follows this super predictable path that researchers call the F pattern. First, their eyes shoot across the very top of the page. Then, they drop down and scan the left-hand side, looking for things like keywords and job titles. And finally, they might do one more quick scan across the middle of the page. Knowing this, well, it's like having the secret code. Okay, so hearing about this 10-second window shouldn't be discouraging. Not at all. We're going to frame this as a challenge. It's a challenge we can absolutely win because now we can use this inside knowledge to design a resume that grabs their attention and wins that all-important first glance every single time. And to do that, we need to make one really crucial mindset shift. You got to stop thinking about your resume as some kind of historical record of your life. And you need to start thinking of it as a marketing document. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's not your autobiography. It's not a list of every single little task you've ever done at every job. It is a targeted, strategic advertisement. And a product it's selling, it's you. So what's the whole point of this ad? It's to tell one very specific story that you are the perfect person for this specific job. Now, this means you're going to have what we call a master resume, a big document with all your experience. But for every single job you apply for, you'll create a tailored version that speaks directly to that role and that company. All right, let's put this marketing brain to work. We're going to tackle the most valuable piece of real estate on the whole page, the very top. It is time once and for all to say goodbye to that old, outdated objective statement and replace it with something way, way more powerful. Okay, just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? The old objective on the left is all about what you want. It's basically saying, I want you to give me experience. But now, look at that strategic summary on the right. It's all about the value you can offer. It screams capability. It immediately answers the recruiter's biggest question, which is, why should I care about you? You should think of that summary as your 24-second commercial. It's basically your answer to that classic interview question, so tell me about yourself. It's sitting right there at the top of the page, perfectly placed for that F-pattern scan, and it's your first and best chance to hook them and make them want to learn more. So we've hooked them with a killer summary. Awesome. Now what? Now we have to deliver the proof. And this is where so many people go wrong. They just list their old job duties, responsible for this, tasked with that. We have to get beyond that. And here's a fantastic little tool to help you do it. It's called the CARD framework. It's just a simple, really memorable way to build your bullet points so they show your impact, not just your daily tasks. You just outline the challenge you were facing, the action you took, the measurable result you got, and any special deliverable or distinction you earned. And I mean, wow, the difference is just staggering. Look at this. The week duty says, helped customers with problems. Okay, so what? That tells me basically nothing. But the CARD bullet, it tells this amazing little story of problem solving, of creating efficiency, of getting recognized for it. It gives hard, concrete proof of your skills. That's the stuff recruiters want to see. Hey, remember that F-pattern scan we talked about? Well, this is how you hack it. You can actually guide their eyes using strategic bold-in, but don't just bold things at random. You want to bold the info that proves you're the right person for the job. Your job titles, your degree, key skills, and, most importantly, those awesome metrics and results. Things like dates and city names, they don't really tell a story about your value, so just leave them plain. Now, it's really important to remember that your resume doesn't exist in a vacuum. A truly great resume strategy thinks beyond just that one piece of paper and connects it to your larger professional story.
And yes, that story should fit on just one page. I know, but trust me on this. If you're using this strategic, results-first approach we've been talking about, one page is actually more than enough space to make a really powerful argument for yourself. It shows that you're focused and that you know how to prioritize what's important.
I absolutely love this metaphor. If you're feeling like one page is just too restrictive, remember this. Your resume is just the movie trailer. Its job is to be short, exciting, and compelling. It's supposed to make the recruiter say, wow, I have to see the whole movie.
So, how do they get a ticket to see that feature film? Easy. You put the links right there in your contact info. Give them clickable links to your professional story extensions, your LinkedIn profile, a personal website or portfolio, your GitHub if you're a developer. You're literally inviting them to dive deeper and see the full picture of your skills and passion.
And that brings us right back to where we started, that 10-second window. But here's the thing. Now, it's not a threat. It's an opportunity. You have the mindset, you have the tools, and you have the strategy to totally control the narrative. So the only real question left is, what powerful story are you going to make sure your 10 seconds tells?